Alright, so in this lesson we're going to get into how to use vibrato in Unison on Ableton's analog synth. And we're going to see how cool it sounds when we add it to the Supersaw patch that we're building. So here is the patch that we've been working on up until now. I'll just let you hear it for a quick second.
Let's get lost together, feels so surreal, as I want forever in this daydream.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close, but I definitely think some vibrato and some unison will really help take it to the next level. So first thing I'm going to do is obviously turn vibrato on by clicking that button. And now listen as I raise the vibrato amount.
Let's get lost together, feels so surreal, as I want forever in this daydream. And I feel like this is quite alright.
Vibrato is essentially adding an extra layer of pitch wobble to your sound. Obviously, at 100%, it was pretty nuts.
Let's get lost together, feel.
Probably don't want that, but let's try pulling it down and just mixing it in more subtly and see how that sounds. So at around 40% or something like that, vibrato is essentially thickening up the sound. So pro tip here, be on the conservative side for the most part when you're using vibrato. And generally speaking, a lot of people make the mistake of turning everything to 100 or all the way to its max. Sound design experts know that that usually doesn't work out so well, and that being subtle is key. So play around with this area and just try to add in a dash of vibrato. Now in terms of the rate of the vibrato, I kind of like it a little bit lower. Let me try to find something that sounds good. Yeah, I think something around there sounds pretty good. Just use your ear on this and you can fine-tune it to taste. All right, now let's move on to Unison. What Unison does is it sets the amount of detuning between the Unison voices, which are set here. And we'll look at that in a minute. I'll turn on Unison. Now listen to what Unison does as I turn up the detune amount. Just like with vibrato up here, Unison usually sounds better when it's mixed in subtly. For a Supersaw patch that we're going for, I kind of like to put it at around like 35 or so. Okay, so I like it at around 35, and I also, for this type of sound, want to put up my Unison voices to 4. I'll do a before and after. Okay, so that was interesting, right? It sounded completely different when we put it up to 4. Now, for very complicated reasons here, what we need to do is put our voices way up. And now we're back to just a really, really thick Supersaw sound. So there you go. In this video, we saw how vibrato and Unison can really help us get closer to that thick, classic Supersaw synth sound.